It is 8 p.m. and here are our top stories. A mother demanding justice for her son.
They did not announce their presence before confronting Johnny.
Arvada police facing a new lawsuit alleging Good Samaritan Johnny Hurley was killed because police failed to act.
As I came to learn more and more of the facts that weren't available to the public, I learned that this did not have to happen.
The Avs are back on the ice for Game 4 and ready to get this series back on track.
We've done a nice job as a team, staying even keel, staying in the moment.
They did a good job last game. Now we just got to bounce back.
Fans ready for the Avs to get back to scoring with their high-octane offense. As crowds in Denver pack bars and watch parties downtown.
If you're not at the game, you want to be here.
Oh, check out that turnout at McGregor Square. Also, Tivoli Quad watch party tonight for Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Final. Avs fans are ready for the team to get their offense back on track and secure an opportunity to win it all at home on Friday. Good evening, and thank you for watching Denver 7 News on Local 3. I'm Danny New. Let's cut the chit-chat, give you a score update. It is now 2-1 Tampa in the second intermission heading into the third. We have team coverage with Avs fans at Denver tonight. Rob Harris is live at the Ball Arena watch party. And we're going to start with CB Cotton outside Tom's Watch Bar at McGregor Square. CB, there have been some nail-biting moments so far tonight. How are Avs fans holding up?
Danny, the fans, they're hanging in there. Lots of yelling at the TV screens during the tense moments. If you take a look behind me, McGregor Square is absolutely packed, and people have, their eyes have been peeled to the screens for all of these nail-biting moments that have kept us all on the edge of our seat. I talked about the tense moments. Well, there have also been a lot of points in the game that make us really proud of the Avs and how they have played. And of course, that is why you see such a huge turnout. You've seen that during the Stanley Cup playoffs. Obviously, this series has been a huge endeavor, first and foremost for the players. And we're so thankful for how hard they've worked during all of this. But it's also been a huge endeavor for the city and county of Denver, particularly the restaurants, hotels. We got to speak to one of the owners of Tom's Watch Bar, which is where we're at here in McGregor Square. He says, with these huge crowds, it's a lot of work, but there's also some reward to it in revenues, which of course is good for any business. Take a listen.
Definitely picked up a significant amount more traffic in the Stanley Cup. You know, this place just gets fuller each game as it goes on. Absolutely. You know, I don't have any numbers in front of myself, but revenue-wise, absolutely.
And that managing partner of Tom's Watch Bar that you just heard from, he says he's looking forward to, once everything is completed for him and the other managers, to gather those totals of just how well they have done during all of this. And of course, they're so thankful for the community support. I talked about those nail-biting moments earlier during this game. I want to point out that things aren't over yet, and there's still time for the Avs to bring home a win. And of course, that's what everyone here at McGregor Square wants tonight. I'm going to send things back over to you in the studio.
Thank you, CB. That is so crowded. I want to go crowd surfing there. That looked like fun. And let's take a look at Ball Arena Live. Right now you can see that parking lot is very, very packed yet again for tonight's watch party. And let's bring in Rob Harris. Rob, I understand there's a very special Avalanche fan in attendance who traveled a long way to cheer on the Avs.
Yeah, Danny, and as you can maybe hear, it's quite the party that she flew into. We got the Backstreet Boys pumping in Ball Arena and thousands of fellow Avs fans to celebrate with her. Like you mentioned, she had an 1,100-mile journey to get here for the watch party tonight. And you might recognize her and her mom because we interviewed them a few weeks ago here on Denver 7. Her name is Elise Simmerd. Her mom is Christy. Elise is 12 years old and she's an Avs super fan. She's been following the team all the way from her home in Canada. She was born premature and she has developmental delays and a seizure disorder. But that has not stopped her, including from making the more than 1,100-mile journey here to Ball Arena. And her mom, Christy, says it's all worth it to see her open up when she watches her favorite team.
When this kid walks in an ice rink to come watch these boys, she changes completely. She doesn't care about what's going on in the world. It's her hockey boys.
Elise is going to be cheering on the entire team tonight, but there's one player in particular she's going to have her eye on, Alex Newhook. Mom says he's her boy. She is completely smitten, and apparently Newhook told Elise that she's his good luck charm. So hopefully having Elise here in the crowd tonight is enough of a good luck charm. They can surpass the Lightning, bring home a win as they come back home for Game 5. But for now, I'll send it back to you guys.
Thank you, Rob. That was so inspiring, and thank you to the Backstreet Boys for providing the scores there. All right, well, like Rob said, we've been making an effort all week to not only cover the Avs Stanley Cup final trip, but also show our appreciation for how much they've given back to our community over the years. And I think a great encapsulation of their commitment to Colorado is through the story of Alex Bray here from Platteville. At 7 years old, Alex had surgery to remove a brain tumor, and then at 12 years old, he had to have another, this time on a tumor that at one point was deemed inoperable. But after that first surgery, he got a very special experience courtesy of the Make-A-Wish Foundation, where his choice was to meet the Avalanche. So on weekend, a limo took him to Ball Arena, where he got to meet the whole team. They all signed a jersey for him. Joe Sakic even asked him if he brought his skates in case he needed them on the ice, and he got Peter Forsberg's nameplate from his locker, which was pretty cool too. And after an amazing weekend, which also featured a Nuggets game, he said this had a big impact on his recovery.
Joe Sakic and the whole Avs team was really down to earth and everything. So yeah, it helped a lot and so much.
Alex is now 22 years old and is considered cancer-free, and he's very excited for his Avs to maybe win it all for the first time since he was a year old. He can actually watch it now, so I'm so glad he's feeling better. And of course, Denver 7 is your home for the Stanley Cup Final. Please feel free to hang out with us after the game for our post-game show tonight, followed by Denver 7 News at 10. We'd love to have you. Well, Tuesday we spoke with you about the one-year anniversary of when Old Town Arvada was shaken by gun violence. A gunman shot and killed Arvada police officer Gordon Beasley. And during the chaos, a good Samaritan named Johnny Hurley was shot the suspect, only to be killed by an officer who mistook Hurley for the shooter. But now his mom is filing a lawsuit claiming excessive force. She spoke with Denver 7's Colette Bordelon.
It's been a year since the day
Time goes by.
when Kathleen Boleyn lost her boy.
If you're having fun with Johnny, there's nobody else you'd rather be with.
Johnny Hurley was remembered in Old Town Arvada on Tuesday with a moment of silence marking the 1 year since he was killed by Arvada officer Craig Brownlow.
He did not have a chance to show that he was the Good Samaritan.
Hurley is the man seen here shooting at Ronald Troike, who had just killed an Arvada police officer moments before.
It's not what they did, it's what they didn't do.
Officer Brownlow believed Hurley was the threat and shot him.
Given an announcement on that day, Johnny Hurley would have dropped the weapon, and we would have been absolutely celebrating Johnny Hurley's heroic acts rather than mourning them.
Arvada police say their policy is if giving a command places the others or the officer in danger, then commands don't have to be given. Hurley's mom has filed a civil rights lawsuit against Officer Brownlow and the chief of the Arvada Police Department, which claims her son's death was not the result of a judgment call gone wrong, but the result of an unlawful use of deadly force. The First Judicial District ruled Officer Brownlow's actions were justified. The officer has since resigned from the department in good standing.
My job is to decide whether this violated the civil rights that are afforded to these individuals, and in my view, yes, this conduct did violate the law.
These two want to see policies changed in the Arvada Police Department, specifically when it comes to giving commands.
It's not enough to just say that their job is difficult and to give them free rein to shoot Good Samaritans who are there. As we know in the state, the number of concealed carry licenses is skyrocketing.
In a statement, Arvada police say they're not considering changes to their protocols. The department also says the lawsuit mischaracterizes and omits information, saying it has the potential to compromise officer safety. But Boleyn wants to see what she considers accountability for a reality she can't wrap her head around.
There's a level of sadness that lives in me that's a little closer to the surface than it used to be.
Searching for what she considers justice, while saying what she wishes her son could hear.
Come back to me.
Colette Bordelon, Denver 7.
Coming up on Denver 7 News at 8, this year's Rainbow Family Gathering is headed to Northwest Colorado.
It's just to put out our interest and our energy towards world peace.
It poses a serious risk to the environment, wildlife, and the forest itself.
Why the event could put Colorado's outdoors at serious risk. And more than 1,000 people killed after an earthquake in the Middle East, the latest out of Afghanistan.
We're getting some moisture now down to the south and west. I'll let you know when the rain returns to Denver.